Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Dooobbz here, because a Superstar 3 Playmaker build for ESHL. That is right, guys. So I got a great response on my sniper build. I think it was a pro or veteran build. I'm not quite sure, but I got a great response, so thank you guys so much for that. All you guys want to see a lot more ESHL in terms of gameplay, which that'll be coming very soon. We start up a new club. In the meantime, in Project X, we brought it back from NHL 13, which is good to see. So you guys can be expecting some live commentaries there. I should be recording actually quite soon. So you guys can be expecting some of those gameplays. You guys have really liked those. But without further ado, let's get to the player build itself. That is right. So we have got the come on, load up. We have got the right. I play right wing, but you guys can play as any position. It really doesn't matter. The Playmaker Superstar 3 build. So I'll be starting it over from scratch on my left wing. My left wing really doesn't matter. I don't play on the left right now in my club, so I'll be changing this up and I'll be going through step by step, showing you guys what attributes to put up and what attributes really don't matter in this game. So I've played a lot of ESHL so far. I've tested a bunch of builds, and I find that the Playmaker is probably like the best build for 6's. Honestly, like, passing is really important. 6's, obviously, if you guys play 6's, regardless, passing is very important, but it's a very solid build for 6's, and I find that the wrist shot power and all that really doesn't matter too much. So if you obviously want to score more, get the wrist shot power up and all that, but if you want to make some cycles, some good passes, this is probably the best build for you. So let's get to it. First things first, let's put up the passing. So I usually get my passing to an 88. I find that if you go over 90, you really don't notice a huge difference. So you can even go as low as 86 even, but for right now, I put it up to an 88. I think that's the best for me. It's worked well, and I keep it there ever since. So 88 for the passing. The offensive awareness, I get up to an 84. Just for now, but if I have any leftover points that I really don't see to put into like different categories, I usually just put it into offensive awareness. So that's what I do there. Hand-eye, you also want to get up to. I get that up to an 84, 85. I'll just put that up to an 85, doesn't matter. So 85 and 85. The hand-eye is actually pretty important to receive passes, all that stuff. Even helps with your shot a bit, so get that up. Hand-eye is a really important attribute. Next is a really important attribute too, is puck control. So get that to an 89 as well, 89, 88, whatever. We'll get to the hockey shop soon. I'll show you guys what to put up there. And deking, don't worry so much. Like, once you hit Legend 1 and all that, put all your points in a deking. But if you deke in there, you guys can get up to maybe like a 75 or something like that. Just for I guess argument's sake. And then the wrist shot power, I mostly take wrist shots, right? So I'll get my wrist shot up there, and usually get the power up to a 77, and then like an 80 wrist shot accuracy. I find the accuracy is a lot more important for me instead of the power. I just get into position more behind the net, maybe like on the other side of the net too, just to pop in those one-timers. And I find the power really doesn't matter too much for me when I'm playing 6's, so I usually do that. And for the deking thing too, so like 75 isn't the greatest deking, that's what I'm talking about, right? You would like to put it into other categories. You obviously have good puck control, passing, offensive awareness. You just won't be able to deke as well, and I find that I don't really need to deke. I usually just dish off passes and all that, but you could put up deking if you like. But for me, I usually just get my wrist shot power up to an 80 and then the accuracy up to an 80 as well. Or you guys can just take off the points and put it all into accuracy, whatever you'd like. But me, I just like to even it out just like that. So that's good for the offensive category. Once again, if you take slap shots, do the same thing what I put up for wrist shots, vice versa, all that good stuff. And once you hit Legend 1, put up your points into deking, get that up to a high 80, and yeah, it is a very solid build. You can even take off some passing too, like I said. You can get that to maybe like an 85 and then put up your deking a bit, but I find the passing's a lot more important, and I'm pretty sure you guys would agree with me there. So put the passing back up to an 88, so there we go for the offense. On to the defense. You want to max out your stick checking. This is probably the most important, I guess, defensive category for like a winger and stuff like that. Get back, just get your stick checking up. I'll put it up to an 86 for right now. Shot blocking doesn't matter. Don't put up shot blocking. It's like a broken attribute in my opinion, so don't put up shot blocking. Fighting doesn't really matter unless you really, like, if you're an enforcer or whatever, if that's your deal. Don't put that up. Face-offs, don't worry about your left wing. Get up your defensive awareness. So get that up to around like an 84, 83, just for argument's sake, like I said, but get that up a fair amount, because I do play a little bit defensive. Get that up. I got that up to an 83, so that's pretty good there. Discipline, actually don't worry about. I find that discipline doesn't, I don't know, it could be a broken attribute in this game, I'm not quite sure. But when I had my discipline down to 65, I was just, if you have, it's kind of weird to explain. Like, if you have a high stick checking, like an 88 or an 89, it kind of almost eliminates the discipline. It's hard to explain. Like, the same thing with body checking and aggressiveness. Like, if you have clean stick checks, obviously 88, 89 is a really good, I guess, overall for the cap, right? So, I mean, that would kind of eliminate the fact of, you know, I guess dishing out really sloppy stick checks. So it's kind of like a, I don't know, I really have to test that in a video or something, but I find that the discipline really doesn't matter too much, and I put my points into other things like aggressiveness. That's a really important category in my opinion. I get my aggressiveness up to an 80 at least, because it's, I don't know, I just find it really important when you go into forechecks and stuff like that. Not necessarily body checking because you're a smaller build, but if you're running a power forward, then you guys can check or try that out. But I find that the aggressiveness just knocks them off the puck easy. You know, you don't like crush them through the boards or anything like that, make it like a bone crunching hit. But you can get the puck off the players on a forecheck, but just having your aggressiveness up. It's a really effective attribute, and I get that up to an 80 at least. Rest I probably just put in a defensive awareness because, like I said, I get back quite a bit, so I get that up to an 87, and I like to play defensively minded. If not, you guys can also put up your aggressiveness to like an 83 or something like that. But I usually like having it an 80. That's about right for me, and defensive awareness at 87. So that's it for the defensive category, guys. Also, like, you have 40 points over, so you guys can just put that one into aggressiveness, or you could try out the discipline. It really doesn't matter, but I just stick to aggressiveness, defense awareness, and stick checking. It all just matters about your style of play. So there you go. This is on to the athleticism, the last and final part before we get to the hockey shop. What you want, obviously, is your speed. Get your speed up, obviously. Get that to an 87 for right now. Acceleration is really important too. Get that to an 88. Get your agility up there too. I think that should be good. Just trying to balance them out quite evenly. Get that to a 78 should be good. Speed, get that to an 88 as well. Yeah, that should be good right there. Acceleration, just max that out. And what other points can you put that into? Can you put that in? Okay. And yeah, that's about right. So get your acceleration up really high. I find that acceleration is a very important factor in this game, at least for me. Turning around, I get into the forechecks and stuff like that. I get back, so I need to make some fast turns. And acceleration really does help for me. And I also have the plus 12 boost on that to actually show you guys I'm not lying. So there you go. 90 overall there. Also the agility, you want to be a fast player, so 89 agility helps out very well with the 88 speed. So there you go. You guys are probably say, oh, why don't you have 89 speed and 88 agility? I find agility, I don't know, agility is like a big factor. I don't know what it is. I almost find it's almost a bigger factor than speed, but that could just be me. This just works out for me, guys. I'm giving you guys tips on this, but you guys can also like, you know, tweak it here and there. But for the base of the build, this is like the best you can get for Superstar 3 in my opinion. And then endurance to a 78. A lot of people are saying, oh, endurance is not a huge factor or anything like that. Put that up into, you know, agility or something like that. See, like a 90 agility or something like that, right? But I don't know, you could do that, but I find that it does help me out a bit, you know, getting back and stuff. But once again, you guys can experiment. This is just from my own like personal experience, but this build has worked very well for me. And we'll go on to the hockey shop now. So I'll just go through these stats one more time. There you have a look. And there's the athleticism, and there we go. So on to the hockey shop. Alright guys, we're at the hockey shop now. What I've put up is plus 5 wrist shot power, plus 5 wrist shot accuracy. If you guys really don't want the power, put on the plus 7 wrist shot accuracy. It's all up to you. But I find balancing out for me works out quite well. So the plus 5 wrist shot power accuracy is right there. Plus 7 stick checking is really important as well. Get that up as high as you can. Also I have 2 more slots. So my slots aren't completely open, but once I get these 2 slots, I'll be adding more things into it, like body checking, aggressiveness, all that stuff. Maybe even deking, like a plus 7 deking would help out a lot for this build. So those 2 slots aren't open. It may be for you, but like if it's if it is open for you, just add whatever you'd like into there, like defensive awareness or something like that, if you didn't add it into the attribute section. But onto the slots that actually do matter. +5 agility I have right there, and +7 speed is really big. I mean, that's probably everyone's favorite attribute right there, so you gotta have that. +5 acceleration and +7 acceleration. I go ham on the acceleration. I like to max that out because I find it's a huge factor in my game style, my aggressiveness, all that stuff, right? It's just a huge factor, and it helps out a lot for me when playing 6's. So there you go. Also, the passing I have up by I can't really count right now, but +5 and +7, which is 12, right? Oh my god, I've recorded so many videos today, guys. My apologies, but yeah, +7 or +5 and a +7 right there. I just can't do like quick math and stuff like that right now. I'm so fucking exhausted, but +5 passing, +7 passing right there, and the +7 puck control. So there you go, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the build. It's a really effective build playing 6's, like I said. The stick tape, all that stuff really doesn't matter. You guys can choose the radius. I find that really doesn't matter too much. I rock I think it's the 11s. You know what? We'll just go into we'll go into it really quick anyways. Why not? We'll just do it for the sake of doing it. Edit Pro, go to left wing, and there we go. So I won't be cutting this up or anything. Make it like a 12-minute player build. Why not? Go through it real quick. I was considering just keeping it out. But here's my stick. I use the CCM RBZ Stage 2 regular flex mid open, so my shot tendencies are high. So you guys can do the mid neutral, which I find is it's pretty good. But I find that mid open works best for me. Most people probably go the mid neutral, but it's all up to personal preference. So there you go for the stick and also the skates. And we'll go to the height and weight just after this. I rock the 11 radius, pretty simple. I mean, it's the basic one. You guys probably say, oh, rock 13, you scrub. But I've tried 13, NHL 13, and I wasn't a big fan of it. I just stick to my good old normal radius, the one you start off with. But here we go. Onto the height and weight. I am 6'1", 185. I find this is a really good height and weight. I don't know what about the weight too much, but the height, I find that, I don't know, I play a little bit more aggressive and stuff like that. So it really helps me out on the forecheck, and I think 185 pounds is best suited just to even out the speed, the aggressiveness, and everything like that. So you're not too slow, you're not too fast. You know, you can also get a hit in there and whatnot, and even though it's pretty nice, you can even go 6'2", whatever. But that's my build, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you guys like to see any more builds in the future, like defense builds. I should play a bit more defense before I actually get into making builds and stuff like that. But I mostly play forward, so I don't even think I've played defense in this game. But nonetheless, let me know in the comments what types of builds you guys like to see, like power forwards, all that stuff. I can try out the grinder even, whatever. Just let me know in the comments if you guys need help with anything, any suggestions. I'll be more than glad to answer them. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and be sure to like, comment, subscribe, guys, for more NHL 14 ESHL videos. That's right, guys. Peace.
All this attention got me hype, cut the lights, baby, this ain't only for the night, baby, this is life, this is where I'm taking flight and never touching down, said it, now they know I meant it when I say we run the town.